Hi, boys and girls. We're going to spend a couple of minutes discussing expected and unexpected behaviors a little bit more during today's Monday Focus on Pride time. So I know that we have done this, especially the last couple of weeks with you, as we've come back to in-person learning. We've been back in the building. We wanted to make sure we talk to you about expected behaviors in different areas of the building. So I know you've learned and practiced, and your teachers have modeled for you expected behavior in the hallway, when you're using the restroom, at recess and lunch, in your classroom when you're doing independent work, or in your classroom when you're having discussion. All of those are different situations, and each situation has a different set of expected behaviors. And then there's also unexpected behaviors. So when I first introduced this idea to you, I had I made a video for you of this little book that I read. And part of that message was that we have social smarts in our brains, and we are supposed to be like detectives and use our senses and everything around us to try and determine what's expected in different situations, and then really stop to think about how our behavior makes other people feel. When I do what's expected, it makes other people around me feel calm and relaxed and happy. And when I do something that's unexpected, it often makes other people around me feel upset or uncomfortable or frustrated. And so we want to really pay attention to how what the expected behavior is and how that makes other people feel. And one thing we're going to do to help you with this is, because we all make mistakes, and our job as teachers and the staff here at Towsley is to help you learn, so that you're hopefully not making that same mistake again, and that you're improving, and that you're able to show the expected behaviors in the different situations. We have a reflection form that you're familiar with, and your teachers have probably already shown you. And so for 4th and 5th graders, it looks like this, and I'm going to show you an example. And the whole point of this is for you to, if you were demonstrating an unexpected behavior, we need you to stop and think about that. And we need you to take a few minutes to think about the situation and the behaviors that were expected for that situation, and how that could have made and how it should make other people feel. And then what you were doing that was unexpected, and the impact that it had on the others around you. And then you would have a discussion with your teacher, and the point is to teach you, to help you build that skill so that you can show the expected behaviors in all the different situations we're in. And you guys know that it's not just expected behaviors at school. There's expected behaviors like that book had shown you at home, like when you're getting ready for bed, and when you're at the movies or when you're in a restaurant. There's expected behaviors everywhere we go. So this is really important, not just for school, but just for life, that you learn how to figure out what's expected and think about how that makes other people feel. So I'm going to show you an example of a reflection form here that's for 4th and 5th grade. The younger grades just have a little bit more space to either write or draw pictures. So this is what it looks like. And it just says reflection sheet. The color, teachers can talk to you a little bit more about that if you haven't. If it's your first one, they're going to color it green or write the word green. If it's your second one from that behavior, it's yellow, and then the third is red, which then would turn into an office referral. So you guys can talk a little bit more about that. This is just for your teachers, so you can kind of ignore that part. That helps us think a little bit more about your behaviors. That's just for us to fill out. So you would put your name here. I just wrote Towsley student. And then the situation is where you were, because remember, there's different expectations in different situations. So if the situation is walking down the hallway, that's what you would indicate here. So let's imagine that I was in class, and that it was time to go to specials, and we were expected to be walking in the hallway, and I was doing something unexpected, and my teacher had me fill out this form. So this is kind of what you might do. The directions say write 3 expected behaviors for the situation, and then feelings people might have in response to your expected behaviors. And I chose to write in green because for the expected behaviors. So this is not talking about what I did that was not okay or unexpected. I'm going to write about, when I'm walking in the hallway, what are the expectations? And you'll see that there's this chart, and there's 3 spaces. Of course, there are more than 3 expected behaviors. You're just going to pick 3 that you feel like are most important, or maybe that you weren't focused on that you know you should have been. So for example, I know that walking in a single file line with arm's length distance is an expectation when I'm walking in the hallway. And that might make other people feel comfortable. They feel safe when I have my distance, and then I'm walking in a single file line. That makes people feel comfortable. I know another expectation for walking in the hallway is that I am silent. I don't want to be disrupting other people around me as I'm walking by a classroom. I don't want to stop their learning because I'm making noise in the hallway. So I think that makes people feel relaxed when I'm silent in the hall. And then I know another expectation is that I stay on the right-hand side. And I think that makes other people feel comfortable so that when they're walking down the hallway, they know if they're coming in the opposite direction, that they're going to stay on their side and I'm going to stay on my side of the hallway. And it just makes everybody feel calm and relaxed because everything's organized, and it gives that sense of feeling comfortable. So let's say that I was demonstrating an unexpected behavior. So instead of walking in a single file line with arm's length, I was way too close to the people in front of me. And now more than ever, especially this year, that's really important. But even before that, we wanted to keep a distance when we're walking in line, a comfortable distance. So what I would do, it says write down the unexpected behavior, and it has an S in parentheses, which means there could have been more than one thing that you were doing. So it depends on your situation. If I was just walking too closely, then I'm just going to write one. If I was doing a couple of things that were unexpected, I'm going to write more than one. It says think about how your behavior in this situation might have made other people feel. And that is really important that you take a few minutes to think about that, how it's not just about you, it's about how what you're doing makes other people feel. And I want you to stop and think about that. So it says list feelings people might have had in response to your unexpected behavior or behaviors. So I picked the first one that I said I was doing. So I said, yep, my unexpected behavior is I was walking so close to the person in front of me that I touched the back of their shoe. And I know I shouldn't have. That was unexpected. It's not what we should be doing when we're walking down the hallway. And if I stop and think about it, I know that if I'm walking so close to someone that I'm touching their shoe and I'm like pulling it off, that is just annoying. So I probably made someone else feel annoyed, and I shouldn't have done that. I also know that we need to make, this year, we need to be really careful about keeping that arm's length distance. And that if I wasn't doing that, that probably made the other people around me feel unsafe. And so then maybe I would have a discussion with my teacher and decide that I need to write an apology note to the person in front of me. And your teacher might have other consequences for you. And if this is a form that you've done more than, sorry, my alarm, if you've done this form more than once, then there might be additional consequences. It just depends. We're going to take each situation as it comes. And then, of course, if I were doing other things that were unexpected, I would list those down. So if I was talking while walking down the hall, I might say, wow, I know that would probably make people upset or annoyed. If I was walking on the left side of the hall, that's unexpected, and it probably makes other people feel uncomfortable, especially the people that are trying to come down that side of the hallway. Then they're unsure and uncomfortable because I'm coming toward them and I'm on their side of the hallway. So the whole point is, again, thinking about what's expected in the situation and how that makes people feel. And then when you know, again, it's okay. We're going to make mistakes. We want you to reflect and learn from those mistakes. And that's the point of this reflection form. Last thing I just want to point out is there's a word bank for feelings to help you if you're stuck on how that might make people feel. Those aren't the only words you can use, but those are some choices for you. All right, you're going to spend a little bit more time talking about other situations related to this with expected and unexpected behaviors, and maybe go through another scenario with your teacher. Thanks.